All right, welcome back to the hobby bench, and today we've got this ICOM IC-706 Mark II-G, and I got this for a pretty decent price off of eBay. And I fired it up on the bench here just to see what it could do, and it receives and transmits. It's got good power out. It's got a good receiver, but it's off frequency. So I've got the service manual on hand, and I'm going to try to make a PLL adjustment here. And what I'm trying to look for right now from this, what we'll call as the test point, is 60 megahertz. And you see we're about, and it's been running about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes here with power on. I'm going to just let it keep running for a while just to let it warm up. But we're about 150 hertz off, 140 hertz. It's bouncing around there. So yeah, and it's about 100 hertz off when you're using it too, at least on upper sideband it was. So it transmits and receives off frequency. Not terribly, but annoying enough for me to want to try to do something about it. And I know absolutely nothing about these radios at all. It's the first one I've ever owned, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants and just depending on the service manual to steer me in the right direction. So we'll see what happens. See if we can get it back on frequency. So just stand by. We'll see if we can make an adjustment, and then maybe we'll get this radio back on frequency. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Travis. What's my signal look like? I'm just curious. I'm not running full power.
All right, we're back with a 706 Mark II-G, and you can hear that it is just dead on frequency now. So yeah, it was just a simple adjustment for the reference frequency of 60 megahertz. I didn't even have to do the rest of the PLL alignment. It was really simple. I just let the radio sit for about 15 minutes until that reference frequency stabilized, and it ended up being about 180 hertz off. And I made my adjustment back to 60 megahertz within probably 1 to 3 hertz, and then just hooked up the speaker, hooked up an antenna. I could immediately tell that it was on frequency, and then I just bounced it off of the FTDX10 up there for transmit and receive check, and everything is just perfectly on frequency now. So yeah, it ended up being a pretty easy fix. I'm glad. I got this radio for a really good deal. Couldn't pass it up, and I've always wanted to have one of these little 706s, so I'm glad I got one. I'm glad it's working. Receive is good, transmit's good, good power out. Oh, if you have to make an adjustment to your reference frequency, P681 here is this coax, which that's your reference point to hook up your counter to, but you're going to have to disconnect it from the other side on the main board. And I disconnected it from the main board and then pulled it up through here to this side to the PLL board, hooked up my counter, and then made my adjustment, and then put it back through, hooked it back up to the main board, and then that was it. So I'm glad it was an easy fix, and we'll get to playing around using this. All right, till next time, 73s.